Well, we finally heard from Chynna Doll in regards to Dakota and Felicity getting arrested. Now, she hasn't said anything on TikTok, but over on her FB page, she says that she did not kick Dakota and Felicity out of the house. That's just a rumor. She did not kick them out. She says that obviously there must have been a warrant that they were not aware of. Because if you recall, about a month or so back, she did take them both in to turn themselves in on the warrant. And I think they were out the same day, or maybe the very next day with that. Regardless, as of right now, though, I just checked a couple hours ago, they are still in custody. So, but she says also they were not arrested at her house. She says she was having some car problems, so she went to go get some car parts, and so she couldn't drive them to wherever they wanted to go. So obviously they left walking from her house, and they were arrested by a gas station. And she says that she's guessing that this must be in relation to when Felicity damaged the two televisions belonging to this girl, Nisha. And if you remember, Nisha is the girl that they were living with before they went back to live with Chynna. So that's all Chynna said on it. That it must pertain to that. It didn't happen at her house, and she did not kick them out. And they did not know that they had any warrants. Now, I can only hope that Chynna does not go and bail them out. Their bail is $500 each. Because, they need to learn that there's consequences to their action. More so Felicity than Dakota. Felicity is the one that brings the trouble. She's the one that, admittedly says that she doesn't know how to deal with her anger. She's the one that's always screaming and hollering and acting a fool. Dakota just kind of goes along with it. Dakota really is a follower. I'm surprised that he hasn't been in a whole lot more trouble than he has been. Because it seems like he'll just do anything anyone tells him to do. I mean, look at the way Felicity treats him. But I just hope Chynna does not go and bail them out or put money on their books or make any of this any easier for them, because they need to learn a lesson. I hate that they're sitting in jail, but that's actually the best place for them. But then if you look at it the other way, if you look at the other side of this, maybe Chynna should be bailing them out, because I'm sure that Chynna has made quite a bit of money off of the backs of these two. And as far as I'm concerned, that's the only reason she's got them living in her house, because I said it before, her views were not the best, maybe a couple 100,000. And as soon as she started making content with these two, she's hitting, like I said, some of these videos are hitting 20, 30 million. I seen one, I'm pretty sure 30, I know for sure I seen one that was at 20 million. So she's consistently getting this huge number of views. And it's because of them. It's nothing she's doing, it's because of them. They're her content. So if you look at it that way, maybe she owes them and she should be bailing them out of jail. And then I can only guess that her Facebook is probably monetized too. That I don't know, but I'm almost certain that her TikTok has got to be monetized, because she has over the 10,000 followers. And with these views, she's making, I don't know. They say TikTok doesn't pay that good, but either way, her income is coming from these two. So while I say she should let them sit in jail, maybe I'm wrong. Look at the other side. Her income is because of these two, so maybe she should be getting them out. I don't know. What is your thoughts? Do you think Chynna Doll should get them out, or do you think she should let them sit? And then I read somewhere in the comments on her Facebook, somebody was really going in on her in the comments, saying, you say that you're taking care of these two and you're looking out for them because obviously they have intellectual disabilities, and they have disabilities. They're both disabled. It's very clear to see. Dakota has physical disabilities too. Felicity, it's just more intellectual disabilities, But this person was going in on Chynna, saying this, that, and third. And supposedly she said, and something about on a Snapchat, and Chynna has even mentioned wanting to be their payee. So apparently, I said this before, I suspected they were getting disability payments. But Chynna had even, if this is true, I don't have Snapchat, so I don't know. But this person went in and saying, Chynna needs to keep a tighter rein on these people, and especially because you want to be their payee. Ooh, I think that's going to be a disaster. I think if Chynna Doll became their payee, I don't think that they, I mean, maybe it would be a good thing, because I could only imagine that they're not responsible with money. It's clear they need somebody to manage their money for them. They need somebody to manage their day-to-day life. Like I said, they would benefit from living in some kind of like a residential assisted living program. I mean, they're at that level that they need a lot of help. But I can only wonder, is Chynna really doing all this out of the goodness of her heart because she wants to help these two? Or is it all for money? And I cannot figure out what is with this 5-bedroom house that she says she's fixing up for them. She's just going to give them a house? There's something there there's something there. Maybe they're going to be giving her their checks for a determined amount of time or something, because I can't see somebody's just going to give somebody a 5-bedroom home. And what do these two need with a 5-bedroom home anyways? None of it makes sense. I kind of think that she's trying to give off this aura of, she's this good-hearted, she cares about them, doing everything for them kind of person. But I kind of think it's fake. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts.